Hey guys, this is Sonic Ranger back at the reviewing station with another video review of the Star Wars Black Series figure 6-inch that's dedicated to the upcoming Rogue One film. But in between this line, we do have some returning action figures from the Black Series / Force Awakens line. And this figure is no excuse. Today we're taking a look at another release of Kylo Ren with a tweak that you may just notice right away. He's unmasked. But before we take a look at the action figure at hand, let's put him aside for a moment. And as partake of every single video review when I can, let's take a look at the packaging. So here it is. Oops. One moment. There we go. There it is. Not this one. This one. Not this one. This one. There's key differences. So how can you tell that this is Force Awakens? Well, obviously you can go by the picture. Simple enough. Since this is an unmasked Kylo Ren, that would be the dead giveaway because this picture is showing off Adam Driver instead of just Kylo Ren hiding his face behind his helmet, which is still a badass helmet. I really do love that. But besides that, there are a few more differences between the packaging, and we'll get to it right now. So this says Kylo Ren, and the new one says Kylo Ren Unmasked. Yeah, as if we didn't know already. Still though, a few more differences. On the inside here, the container piece actually has an additional area for additional accessory that this figure comes with that the original does not come with. But that's not all. There's more. Right here on the side, here is the real difference maker. Unlike Rey, where it was the same number on the packaging, Kylo Ren gets an upgrade in number. So instead of being number 3 now, he's number 26 because, as the name says, it is a different figure. Yay. On the back of the packaging, the same thing still persists to go on here. We've got 3, we got 26. And we've got Kylo Ren. It says Kylo Ren, so there's no difference there. And the bio is the exact same thing. So outside of the number and the picture being revealed here, nothing else is different. But that's going to do it for the comparisons between these packagings. Let's bring back in the action figure. So here's Kylo Ren Unmasked. And just because, here's Kylo Ren from Force Awakens with his mask. Stand. 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 I think he'll stand now. Okay, so what is different about this figure besides the maskless Kylo Ren head sculpt? Well, before I get to that, let's go ahead and just take a look at the maskless Kylo Ren head sculpt. It's not bad. It ain't perfect. I mean, I do see Adam Driver, so that's nice. I do like it. The paint job is pretty clean on it. The eyes are looking straightforward. The eyebrows are painted nice. They're not sloppy. And there's a different shading of brown going on for the hair. So yeah, it's not just one plain color. That's nice. I do appreciate the dry brushing. Thank you, Hasbro. But all that detail is lost when you put the hood over the top of his head. So I will say though, to Hasbro's credit, they did seem to get something fixed here because it does actually sit a little more flush than the original. As you can see, this just stands out too much. You can play with it to get it to work. You can even super glue it down if you so choose. I'm not going to do that, but hey, I don't have to do it with this one either. See? It's just more flush, even though this does stick out just a little bit. But, yeah, just some differences. Other differences. Okay, let's get to it. This piece here, this single piece of hard rubber, is actually the exact same thing with some tweaking in the pattern. As you can see, we got more stitching going on in this detail. Unlike this one where it's not present at all. But it is the exact same thing. Just a difference in the platform. That's it. You can see everything else is right exactly where it should be from the original. So there you got that. His buckle is the exact same thing, just a little bit difference of a paint job. So as you can see, we got some black lining going on here between this buckle, and this one's just all silver, but it's the same thing until you come to the back here, which I'll show you. If you lift this up, you'll notice it's just a single belt. There's nothing going on here, where this has actually got a slot. We'll get to it in a moment, so there you got that. The black on this figure, the one that I'm shaking right here, Force Awakens, is a little bit of a faded black, while this black here is like black. The blackest of the black that it can get. It is a little more glossier. As you can see, some areas are more shiny than what is being shown off on the left here. All the way down to the boots, everything else seems to be exactly identical. But like I said, there's just a difference in shading of the black. What is black here is black here. It's hard to make out because of the lighting in this room, but I'm telling you, there is a difference. But other than that, there's not much else of a difference. The articulation is basically one and the same, just like the other Kylo Ren. So you got your ball jointed head. You do have your hinge to the neck to allow up and down movement. You do have ball jointed shoulders that do allow good rotation as well. He is single jointed at the elbows with elbow rotation as well, since there's no bicep joint. The arms do rotate. They do have a hinge joint to allow up and down movement on the outside instead of the inside. And that goes for both arms. See, this hand here is exactly identical in that movement. There is waist rotation, it's present. Legs do have a lot of movement. They go up with no hindrance at all, especially with this piece. Nice. On the back, as you can see, it goes all the way out. Very nice again. Legs do split out pretty good. They are not hindered, and they do not reset because these plastic skirt pieces are actually very, very flexible. There is a thigh cut to allow rotation. He is double jointed at the knees. And the last bit of articulation comes down to a hinge joint to allow up and down movement at the feet. And there's the ankle rocker pivot that can go all the way around. And if you're not careful, you'll make that loose. So you can get a lot of posing out of this figure. And he just feels like he's a little more free moving, unlike the other Kylo Ren figure. So, besides that, there really isn't much more of a change for the figure. But when it comes to the accessories, now this is the fun part of the video review, because what the original Kylo Ren came with here is actually not as accurate as it could have been for his lightsaber. I mean, it was good for its time, and the blade piece is actually removable. As you can see, the energy beam does come out completely without any separation between these two bits here, which was a good idea considering that these could get lost if they were separate from the actual longer beam. So I don't blame Hasbro for that difference, but yeah, it takes away accuracy. So what did they do instead? Well, they gave us a brand new lightsaber that's all molded together, so there's no removing these beams whatsoever. It is one single bit of red transparent plastic that has been sprayed over for the handle piece. And as you can see, it is nicely detailed. It's got some gold, it's got the red wire that is very iconic to this lightsaber. And most of the paint job for the silver is actually pretty good, nice and clean, doesn't seem to be oversprayed, and it's not bleeding into the red. Pummel piece here is actually painted. So, I mean, well, not like that there's a difference going on there, but yeah, I'm just expressing that anyway. And Kylo Ren can actually hold this lightsaber with ease, unlike the original lightsaber that came with the original Kylo Ren. It was very loose fitting in his hands and he couldn't hold it too well. This one, on the other hand, it's not going anywhere. It isn't going to fall out anytime soon. That is not going to move. So, very nice work, Hasbro. I really appreciate that. And the other accessory that he does come with, since people would complain, since there is no lightsaber for him just to hold without the energy beam being ignited, we do have actually a lightsaber without the energy beams. And that's where this comes into play, because thanks to this gigantic peg here, you can actually slot it into this hole, which is kind of hard to do on camera because I'm so far away from the thing. But, you know, with a little time, you can get it in there. Yeah, see? Storage. Yeah, but it looks weird now because now he's got like 2 lightsabers. Just one's not ignit, so I don't get it. Oh well. Anyway, that's it really for the accessories, and there's not much else to really say except that this figure is awesome. And if you haven't got the Force Awakens Black Series Kylo Ren, why not take a look at this Force Awakens Black Series Kylo Ren, because he is the definitive figure. He is actually been a re-release from a convention exclusive. This is the exact same thing. The only difference is the accessories count. While this figure does come with some accessories, the other one that was the convention exclusive overseas came with a plethora of accessories, from a stand to actually a First Order flag that could drape behind him, and that made a nice display piece. But that's not all. He also came with the same helmet piece that this figure comes with, so you can do an interchanging between the head sculpt and the helmet if you so choose. Which is one thing that this Kylo Ren should have came with, but unfortunately just couldn't fit the budget. But do I think this is the end of Kylo Ren for the Black Series line? I seriously doubt it. As long as Kylo Ren's going to be a part of this brand new Star Wars era, Kylo Ren's here to stay, and we'll be seeing more of this figure in the Black Series. And that's going to do it for this video review. The only other thing that I can really do is show off a quick side-by-side comparisons with the new Rey figure and the new BB-8. And they look good together, and I'm moving on to some actual Rogue One figures in the next video review. So questions, comments, you know what to do. Leave it down below in the comments section of this video. If you like the video review, hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, why not hit that subscribe button for more video reviews just like the one you're seeing today from the reviewing station. This is Sonic Ranger signing off. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you whenever you see me.